Cobra 148 CB radios enjoy an almost legendary status, sometimes to the extent of being named the best CB radio ever. Though there are several variants of this model, the Cobra 148 GTL AM and SSB CB radio represents the best it has to offer. The appearance and design of this radio is a classic. You will still see modern CB radios inspired by that cool retro look. There is something of this radio's look in the current lineup of Cobra, Uniden, Galaxy, and others. This design has stood the test of time. While Cobra stopped producing the Cobra 148 GTL some years ago, the interface has been around for almost 40 years now, starting with the Cobra 148 radios of the early 80s. In some part, that's likely inspired by the intuitiveness of this design. The controls remain easily accessible and can be worked without staring at the CB radio. Simply put, you don't have to take your eyes off the road to work this radio. A CB radio that was on the market for so long obviously received some updates. However, all variants managed to keep intact the intuitiveness of the controls and the performance of the transceiver. This was a full 40-channel CB radio with full SSB, USB, and LSB. There was barely any struggle with drift, and the transceiver worked wonderfully with great audio. The presence of a noise limiter circuit, A&L, worked well in keeping the quality of transmitted audio. The front of the radio shows controls that most of us would be very familiar with. A small digital display to the right shows the channel number, while an S-meter with lights takes its place to the top left corner. Between these two displays, there's room for a few buttons like NB, A&L, tone, PA, CB, SSB, and calibration. The exact type of switches could change between model variants, but the combination was, and remains, largely similar. The bottom row had a microphone connector and a variety of knobs. Amongst these, the largest was the channel selector placed right below the channel number display. Others managed functions like volume and squelch, brightness of the display, and dynamic. Overall, the Cobra 148 series, and especially the Cobra 148 GTL, represent iconic CB radios with amazing features and quality performance. The interface and design of this influential line of CB radios remains popular to this day. The Cobra 148 radios were popular for several years, and their influence can be seen clearly in modern CB radios like the Cobra 25 LTD and Cobra 29 LTD.